Hello everyone, welcome to another Daily Gym. This is the episode for, currently it's Thursday, June 26, 2025. Today I want to talk about if I create a tool in my workshop or whatever, and nobody knows where to find it, does it help anyone? So maybe I'll finagle that, it's the whole play on if a tree falls in a forest and no one's there to hear it, doesn't make a sound. And this is a concept I talked a little bit about today in my video of Project 40K and 40 Day. This idea that if I create tools, if I create phrases, if I create essays, if I create exercises, if I create videos, if I create apps, if I create any of these things, and nobody knows where to find them, doesn't make any impact. Does it really help them? Does it help me? How important is distribution to the whole creation process? And if you're creating, or we're creating something like a bed, there's the distribution of the wood, the distribution of maybe if we're doing the mattress as well, the metal to get the springs and all sorts of stuff. And then once the bed and everything is produced, the distribution of that from the factory maybe to the store, then the distribution of it from the store to the customer, to the house. And then you could say the distribution afterwards, maybe to the garbage or whatever. But how important is that process? If someone makes a bed in a factory and stores don't know that the bed exists, how can these stores sell it? Or if they know it exists, but they don't have the logistics to get that bed from the factory to the store, how can they sell it? It's really important, not only with physical goods, but I think intellectual goods or linguistic goods or whatever you want to call them, intangible goods. I think it's very important as well for the distribution side. And so I can produce lots of videos and put them up on YouTube. I can produce lots of audio drills and put them up on the Emoco website. I can do a lot of these things, but if people don't know where they are, if they ask me, they're like, hey, I know you've been doing stuff for the last 10 years. I don't know what you've been doing. Where can I learn more? And I go, maybe here, maybe there. Okay, it's kind of scattered here. That would be like a mattress seller saying, well, where can I buy your mattress? And the person says, well, we have one model that's over here, but if you want another model, it's like way over here. And then like, if you want like a water bed, it's in a different city. It's like, wait, huh? I just want to go and buy all your mattresses. Do you have a website where I can buy all your mattresses? And does it ship? How does it ship? So in the last couple of days, I've been thinking so much about this because a dear friend of mine basically said she doesn't know what I've been working on. And she works on something very similar to me. She knows kind of the general concept, but she doesn't know where these emotional combat drills exist. And I didn't really have a good answer because there's two different URLs for it's emoco.fit, emoco.org, but then you have my personal website, and then you have forums. There's a forum for my personal website, but then also a forum for Emoco. And then there's YouTube channels, and then there's like, oh, do I have a personal YouTube channel and a Emoco YouTube channel, and then I have a Jim Kleiber Show YouTube channel. It's like, oh my God, the distribution side has worn me out. So you can say it's distribution, you could say it's marketing, but marketing really is just distribution of information. Letting people know about a product, letting people understand how the product can help them, how the tool can help them, how much the tool costs, how they can access the tool, what happens when the tool breaks, et cetera, et cetera. And I think, while I feel very confident in the things that I've made, the tools that I've created, I haven't felt very confident in the distribution of them. I think sometimes it's stressing out about wanting to get very particular, like, okay, maybe I want a certain branding and a look on Emoco that's different than Jim Kleiber, or different than Jim Kleiber Show. And things like this. Maybe it's a different business model. Like when I was so focused on having business models and people could pay to access the audio drills, then I wanted that to be separate from the Jim Kleiber forum, Jim and Friends forum, or whatever I'm calling it, maybe just forum or community, because then I would have to change the software that I was using so that it could work specifically for that and not charge people to use the other forum. And it's just like, man, I'm so tired of maintaining so many websites that are so similar and people not knowing where anything is that I do. I've done so much stuff, and I just want to figure out how to consolidate it and simplify it so that people can get the distribution, have it distributed to them so much easier. And if you're listening to this, maybe you're thinking, yes, please. Please make this easier for us to find, because maybe you believe I'm smart, maybe you believe I have the ability to work hard, but maybe you just haven't seen that I work hard. Maybe you don't realize I'm trying to maintain all these different damn websites, and it stresses me out, because when one goes down, the others might go down, and then I have to figure out what's going on. And so maybe you're not thinking that. Maybe you're thinking you actually know what I've been working on. It's pretty easy for you to follow. But when I ask myself, I don't even think it's easy to follow. That's why when people ask me, man, I don't know where to point you. So I think for my own clarity and also for clarity of other people, this might help a lot. Just imagine some product that, actually McDonald's is probably an example. Just imagine there's a hamburger place that makes really good hamburgers, but it's in the middle of nowhere. You don't know where it exists. McDonald's apparently is more in the real estate business than it is in the hamburger business. This is something I heard when I used to work at this place called Innovatrium with Jeff DeGraff. Pretty sure he talked about how McDonald's, maybe someone else, talked about how McDonald's, yes, they sell the hamburgers and stuff like this, but they also own prime real estate. And I think they charge something to the franchisees for the real estate or whatnot, but it's they own really, really good locations for people to get hamburgers and French fries. And so if McDonald's existed really far away from neighborhoods, how many people would go there? If it was really far away from workplaces and not in the path of, from work to home or home to work and at the right time, would people really go there? So I think the idea of distribution for even informational products, if we want to call them that, or just human connection is really important. Simplifying the message, making it easy for people to know where to go to find the things that I'm working on, to find the things about me, to learn more about me, and making that process as straightforward as possible, as streamlined as possible. And maybe there's benefit to having people to try to work and find the hidden gems in certain spots. Maybe there's an element to discovery and kind of that mystery that some of us like. But maybe that, maybe not. Maybe not in this case, maybe in some other cases. Maybe that's for the deeper stuff. Maybe it's the hidden Easter eggs, make it easy to find. But then if you want to find like the deep, deep knowledge, you have to dig deep, obviously. Deep knowledge should be deep. But so just really think about how to streamline the websites. And the hypothesis right now is to bring them all into jimkleiber.com and maybe even find a short URL so I can tell people in the club or the bar where they can't recognize Kleiber, don't know how to spell it. So maybe having that, but just having the one website, and then from there having these sub websites that are within, having Emoco within, maybe emotional self-defense, talk about Project 40K and 40 Day, talk about Project 35, talk about these different projects and things that I've done over the years, individually, but also with other people. So stuff I've done with Nato Couture in Europe and Erasmus Plus, different Train the Trainers projects and conflict resolution projects. The stuff I did in Oakland with the co-working space, the hub, things that I've done with a variety of people over the years. And stuff I've done with ISEC as well. And making it just really easy for people to find it. Almost like the homepage would have the kind of just the menu of all these different things and kind of the overall summaries of things. And then there would be the sub-sites within that would have all the details of the different things. And then if we want to go more into it, there would be the forum, and the forum would again have kind of these sub-forums for these different projects or whatnot. And people could go deeper into that. So also I could put like the audio drills just right there on my website instead of having it on a separate Emoco website. Now this seems maybe a little too detailed for you, but I think I have to get a little more specific on these things. Anyways, it's Thursday. I'm going to end before 10 minutes, and take care, y'all. Talk to you soon.